Today we're going to talk about our very first time at a Thousand Trails Park here at Southern Palms in Eustis, Florida.
And hello again, glad you guys are back. We love seeing you. But if it's your first visit, I'm Alice.
And I'm Larry.
And we're Downsizing Makes Sense like the penny. And we are 50-somethings, empty nesters, who sold our home, sold most of our stuff, and we are traveling full-time in our RV with our 2 pups.
Okay, so first thing we're going to talk about is our trip planning. Now, we did a terrible job planning out our first couple of weeks. I think we were just so focused on getting out of the house, we didn't do it. So we had a couple of reservations. We had a 3-day reservation at Wekiva Springs Park, and then we had a 2-day gap, and then 10 more days at Wekiva Springs.
2-day gap.
So after we were at Wekiva Springs, I think on like the second day, we're like, you know, we better find something to go to for 2 days. At first, I thought it was 1 day. I thought I had a 1-day gap. But then we realized we had a 2-day gap. So then we started trying to figure some stuff. There was no way we were going to get into
another weekend.
You're right. It's first of all, it's crazy busy. Got the Daytona 500. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's
Valentines Day weekend. It's a holiday on Monday.
It's like we had the perfect storm of like, there's no way we're going to find a place in a state park, which is what we prefer. So our buddy William at Camper Life had talked to us about Thousand Trails.
Thank you, William.
And he hooked us up with Jim and Brandy, so we signed up for Thousand Trails, and within an hour we were able to start making reservations at Thousand Trails. And we had a really hard time finding any place that could make a reservation, even within the Thousand Trails and Encore system in Florida.
They might have had openings if you weren't part of the Thousand Trails Encore, you know, if you paid full price, but as members, they didn't really have any openings.
So the one place we found that was relatively close by, is about a 40-minute drive from Wekiva Springs, was where we are right now, which is called Southern Palms RV Resort in Eustis, Florida. It is about 800 spots here. It is a massive place with a mixture of people that live here full-time and seasonal people, and then sprinkled in are people like us that are here for like a few days to a week within the Thousand Trails system.
So why don't we let them kind of see that this is actually...
This is the most beautiful place in the whole park right here. This is it. We had to hunt this down.
This is the, if you saw my Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook post, this is the dog designated area, and there's the gator sign for the dog designated area. And as I was walking the dogs around this, I saw a gator.
Oh, is that right? Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that. Okay.
And gators, not a good combo. So, yes.
Maybe they just do that because it helps reduce the dog population at the park. But so this is actually the nicest area. What happened to us, because there was almost no spots available, Thousand Trails, from the explanation I got from the people here at Southern Palms, Thousand Trails put us into the only spot that was available. It was a spot that they never use here at Southern Palms.
Hardly.
It's a corner spot. It backed up against the Lake County Lake County Fairgrounds, and they had to dig a hole. And we'll put a little video in here to find the sewer connection. I mean, it hadn't been used in so long. They didn't know whether it was 50 amp or 30 amp.
They didn't know anything.
They escorted us back here, which was really cool, and they got us.
They start to help them park. But then they parked their little
they parked their golf cart right in the way of where I needed it. It was actually pretty funny, and the guys were really nice. I will say they were nice, and that was all good. And actually, the spot we're in, it
winds up being pretty nice because we're way in a back corner. There aren't a lot of people around, and so for Valentine's Day, what did we do for Valentine's Day?
What did we do for Valentine's Day?
We did laundry.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we went and had our laundry experience here.
Our laundry experience. So at
first
least
Thousand Trails laundry experience.
Yes, you know, because a lot of state parks don't have laundry facilities, so we're like, hey, let's at least get the laundry done. So yeah, happy Valentine's Day, honey.
Yep. Directly right beside where our spot is the lift station, which basically is the sewer pumping station for the entire 800 RV site property. And he said, beware, it's gonna stink in the morning. And we actually got lucky. I didn't smell it this morning.
I haven't smelled it. We've had a really good wind.
It was cold out, so we weren't out really early this morning, and it's been breezy. But he was warning that it can get really stinky.
The other thing we learned is if we didn't like the spot, we'd have to call back Thousand Trails
Right.
and get them to move us, that they could, that's what they told us. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. I don't know if that's true because this is our first time, so let us know.
So it wasn't too bad. Then I had kind of an interesting experience on our first day. Before we did the laundry, I go into the front office and I just kind of want to get an explanation how we ended up in this spot and what's the condition of the spot and why they had to dig it up. And so a manager comes out and starts talking to me about why we ended up in this spot. There was basically, it was the last spot available in the entire park. Yeah. And I guess the Thousand Trails.
But we saw lots of other people coming in.
Thousand Trails had put us in there. Yeah. It was their fault. If we wanted to change it, we'd have to contact Thousand Trails. And they explained it to me very well, and I understood. It was a very busy weekend.
They were nice at the desk.
They were very nice. They were very nice at the desk.
Yeah.
And at the time, I had my camera on a gimbal sitting on the table.
Because you just finished.
Because I had done like a tour of the laundry facilities and done a little videoing around the park. And as I was leaving, I guess one of the employees there saw me walking up with my gimbal and the camera. I get about 20 feet away from the building and I get 3 people chasing me down saying, sir, you didn't have our permission to film within the building. And I'm like, well, I didn't. I mean, if I was gonna film you, I would have asked your permission and I didn't. And they were really on me. I mean, like aggressively on me. And I said, you're welcome to look at my phone and see that I didn't.
Yeah, because you did it on my phone.
Yeah, it was on your phone and you're welcome to look at that.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like a weird,
very bad vibe.
Very interesting experience.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was something interesting that happened to us here.
But at the laundry and walking around, we've met other people, and so far everyone's been super nice.
Yeah, all the residents are really cool.
I didn't get that vibe.
They all love dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, the place is very dog friendly.
Yes.
Except
for the gator.
I would say the first couple hours here, we were like, wow, what have we got ourselves into?
I was saying maybe we should have stayed at a Walmart, but you know what? I'm feeling a little better about it. It's not as bad.
And the spot we're in is actually ended up being pretty good because it's in the corner of the property. We actually have a couple of trees.
Yeah.
It's very private compared to most of the park.
It's close to
it
this.
It wouldn't appeal to most people, but it does appeal to us, and we really like our neighbor. He's just a very cool guy. He's got a little dog and stuff. We have a great place within a 2-minute walk to go walk the dogs and stuff like that. So it actually worked out really good for us.
As long as the gators don't.
But the first couple hours are like, oh my God, this Thousand Trails thing.
I was worried.
With Thousand Trails, but I mean, the Thousand Trails I think will really work out to be a really good alternative when we can't get in a state park. We can't find a county park.
Yeah.
We need a place to stay for a couple of nights in between those kind of parks, or later on in our travels where we're traveling across the country, and we need something, places to stay that aren't going to cost a lot of money.
Okay, before you start in the comments, yes, we need to plan better.
Yeah.
We were so focused on we had to get out of the house, get everything out of the house, and doing that part, and we are newbies at the full-time life. So we know we need to plan better. I mean, you can still say it, but...
Yeah, the lesson learned here is when you're downsizing and you're getting your house, if you're considering Thousand Trails, just, get the zone pass and get a Trails collection membership. It's
just to try it out.
I think it only costs us $750.
Yeah.
It's a good way. Pick one zone in the Trail Pass. It was less than $800.
Yeah.
Get that ahead of time. Make sure you've mapped out where you're going to be for at least the first month.
Yeah, we have no idea where we're going to be.
And we did it wrong.
We're winging it.
But we learned a lot in the process,
and
hopefully sharing that with you, somebody will learn something. But we were just so busy, I think, and so focused on downsizing, getting rid of our stuff, and closing of the house and making sure the closing went well.
Yes, that was
really
serious.
Stressing us out. We had some difficulties with the buyers. They ended up being really, really cool and everything like that. But that was stressing us out. And I think we were just focusing on the other stuff, and we're like, oh, we can worry about where we're going to stay later.
Yeah. So we really would like to know, and I've already gotten some feedback on the other social medias, but give us your comments, how you feel about Thousand Trails, about Encore. And I've already gotten some suggestions because we have to stay in Central Florida until like June. If there are Encores and Thousand Trails that you say are really nice.
So anyway, so what do we want to say now? What's our final? Do you want to do it?
Remember, guys, downsizing does make sense.
Right on.
So, Our very first Thousand Trails Encore experience had some good and some bad. Let us know about your experiences with Thousand Trails and Encore in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you see where our adventures take us next, like Wekiva Springs State Park. As always, we love your visits and can't wait to see you all again. And remember, downsizing does make sense.